It's always summer under the sea.
Come gather ye small folk and listen to me. From the shores of the reach to the narrow green sea, leave your coin on the table, your hand on your ale, and I'll sing you a song of a night on the trail.
He came from the gutters of Flea Bottom's mud. No highborn sigil, no conqueror's blood, but a man made of honor, of muscle and bone, the truest true knight that the realm's ever known. So drink to the giant, drink deep and drink long. Raise up your voices and join in the song. With a shield of an elm tree, a star falling bright, here's to Sir Duncan the Droid's true knight.
He stood 7 feet from his head to his heel, a mountain of mercy, a fortress of steel.
They called him the Tall, and he wore the name well, with a heart just as big, so the travelers tell.
He sought out no glory, he sought out no gold, just a road to be walked and a vow to uphold. With Egg as his squire, a lad short and bold, they wander the kingdom in summers of old.
So drink to the giant, drink deep and drink long. Raise up your voices and join in the song. With a shield of an elm tree, a star falling bright, here's to Sir Duncan the truest true knight. At the tourney of Ashford, when princes went mad, he stood for the weak against all that was bad. He struck down the cruel, though the cost it was high, and a good dragon prince had to wither and die.
Through the sands of the south and the northernmost chill, if a lord did a wrong, Duncan settled the bill. A clip on the ear for a squire too smart, and a shield for the helpless was Dunk's noble art.
From a hedge in the woods to the King's Guard's proud crest, he wore the white cloak as the best of the best. Lord Commander of brothers, the shield of the crown, but he never forgot the poor folks of the town.
Though the tragedy burned where the dragons once flew, his name lives in honor forever and true.
So drink to the giant, drink deep and drink long. Raise up your voices and join in the song. With a shield of an elm tree, a star falling bright, here's to Sir Duncan the truest true knight. So pound on the benches and slam down your beer, for the ghost of Sir Duncan is still with us here. Thick as a castle, all stubborn and grand, the greatest true knight in the whole of the land.
Hello everybody, welcome to The Void. It is me, your humble host, the great, the mighty Valkyrie, who is going to have to relearn how to play on a keyboard today. Hi everybody, how are you today? I hope you're doing well. We're back to our Duncan, Egg, and Elden Ring, okay? And I know this isn't for everybody, but it's for me. This is my channel, and if you don't like it, then you're in the wrong place. We're reaching the end of our American Psycho on Kick, which will... Oh, I need to upload the last episode. Let me make a note of that real quick. Upload last episode. upload last episode of American Psycho to alt account. But so I thought we would go ahead and get back to our next installment of Dunk and Egg, and I hope you guys will all have a good time with me. I know I'm going to have a good time. And if you're not going to have a good time, well, that's just too bad. Let's move this over here. Does this work yet? 1 minute. Sorry, I'm double checking all my stuff. Every time you reset stuff, I swear to God, it wants to get rid of everything that you want to keep. The whole thing. Okay, game capture. Like so. I think that'll allow for the chat box when it decides to work. Alright. How are you, Dave Bucky? How are you, Cree? Can we have a road up till now quick recap like they did in Supernatural? It's been a bit. Okay. Last time on Dunk and Egg Z. We meet Duncan, or Dunk as he calls himself, when he is going through the grieving process of losing his knight, Sir Arlen Penetry, who has been raising him for some years as a kind of a son of sorts, okay? Dunk has been his squire for much of a time, and Dunk immediately goes ahead and thinks to himself, I could squire for another night, I could go join the King's Guard, I have options, but not really. And this is because, well, spoiler alert, it is never outright said in the books, alright? But there is no proof that Dunk was ever knighted. So, Dunk goes into the tourney, figuring he has everything he needs to go ahead and present himself as a knight. On the way there, he stops by an inn and meets this bald boy, who quickly, is left with, his horses, Chestnut, Thunder, and Sweetfoot. Egg is his name, and he quickly gets on the Pulfrey and tries on a bunch of stuff, and Dunk's like, fucking I'll clout you in the ear, and goes off to the tourney. Well, Egg follows him on, a sheep cart, okay? And, Dunk decides to go ahead and allow him to squire after he is told that after he can prove that he is who he says he is and another knight that will vouch for him, then he can join the tourney. He goes around and meets some people, Durandon, and Baratheon, and, he quickly is liked by people, but that's not quite the same as people remembering him for his service under Sir Arlen Penetry. Luckily, he runs into Baelor Breakspear, Prince Targaryen, and Hand to the King, who does in fact remember Arlen, because Arlen broke several spears with him several years ago. So Baelor Breakspear vouches for him, and they join the tourney. Alas, however, he does need his own shield. He cannot use Arlen Penetry's, so he has it repainted by Tanzel. Tanzel is a puppet lady. And he goes about his business, making kind of friends with Steely Pate, the armor, who says that he has simple stuff, and doesn't do that fancy bullshit. Well, things arise when Tanzel was doing her puppet show and telling the story of Florian the Fool. Florian the Fool is a mythical legend type character who is both a fool and a knight, and in this story he takes down a dragon. Aerion Targaryen, son of Maekar Targaryen, and prince of the realm, sees this and immediately breaks Tanzel's fingers, to which Egg immediately runs over to get Dunk, who fucking gives him a bloody fucking nose and breaks some teeth, etc. When Dunk is understandably being arrested, Egg steps forward and says that he is Aegon Targaryen and to let him go, which ensues a trial for the abduction of Prince Egg, for the assault of Prince Aeron Targaryen, and I think theft of Daeron the drunk, which we meet briefly earlier on. He is told by Baylor Breakspear that he could go for a trial by combat, which of course Dunk would probably win because Dunk is a behemoth of a man. However, Aeron Targaryen invokes a old tradition of the Trial of Seven, in which you must have 7 members to face off against each other on either side to represent the 7 gods. After some hubbubbery, alright, including Raymond Fossaway and his cousin joining Dunk's ranks, though Raymond is a squire at this time. I know, imagine being put to death over a puppet show. For real. No chill, that Aeron Targaryen, okay? So, after some buffoonery, where Raymond's cousin joins the other side, and some other people join his side, both because they like Dunk, but also because they were asked by Egg. 7 do eventually meet when, after a beautiful and stunning speech by Dunk, Baylor Breakspear himself joins the ranks. There is the trial, which they all fight, and throughout this, Maekar accidentally, I can say accidentally, hits his brother in the head with a mace, which, after the trial is over and Dunk wins, potentially dying along the way and being reawoken, which is my own theory stuff. He dies. He pulls off his helmet and he passes right after saying that Dunk is like a good knight, and Dunk promises to be his man. They then have a funeral service, and there's a big discussion between Dunk and Maekar about the future of Egg, because Daeron brought up that Egg is not that different from Aerion Brightflame as a child. And so maybe it is being a prince that ruins the Targaryens as opposed to inherent madness. Yeah, no, Ricky, here's the thing. A lot of people are like, oh, there's incest in Game of Thrones. Oh, there's slavery in Game of Thrones. Those Targaryens are real bastards in Game of Thrones. Literally, they are Valerians, and their name is Targaryen. The other Valerian group was Balerion. And there's also a dragon called Balerion. Alright, Dan, Aerys, like, yeah, there's a whole theme here, okay? Egg is, however, different in that Aerion, his older brother, has offered to cut off his genitalia and marry him. So, with Targaryens, we often see that most of them are assholes, and some of them are victims of those assholes that kind of turn out a little better. And that one death that basically causes everything else in the series. Yeah, pretty much. The Balerians, yeah. But it doesn't work later on in the series, right? Like, there's, like, Black Snape, it doesn't quite work. But yeah, none of these things are actually idealized. They look pretty. And they ride dragons, probably through horrible human, practices. We've gotten off topic. Oh, nice. Welcome, welcome. We leave off with that discussion between Maekar and Dunk, pretty much where Dunk is siding with, Daeron the Drunkard, Daeron the Dreamer, that maybe Egg needs to be out in the wilds with the common folk in order to not be a rampaging douchebag. This is where it kind of changes tone depending on the show and the book. In the book, we are left with the indication kind of that Maekar said no and then changes his mind, and then Egg joins Dunk to leave on their next journey, which we are about to encounter in the show. However, it seems more like Egg lied and ran away. So, I hope that's helpful. I've lost everyone here. No one cares about this, and that's fine. This isn't for them. Alright? I am going to go ahead and link Ryzen Lane's, audio of this. This is the Soren Sword. This is the second novella in our Dunk and Egg journey, and I will be playing Elden Ring while we go about it. Alright? You're free to hang out, enjoy, learn, theorize, laugh at me losing. You can even gossip, I don't care.
The Sworn Sword.
I have just beat Rykard, by the way, if anyone was wondering what I was doing here. Hello? What do you mean this video is unavailable? I literally just... What has happened? I literally started this? Okay, 1 minute. Where's my fucking box? What the hell just happened? What the hell literally just happened? I'm so irate right now. You guys don't even understand. You guys don't even understand what just happened to me. 1 minute. I don't know why this happened. I loaded this like an hour ago. What the hell? Ryzen, no! What the hell? Why? I didn't even play anything. What the hell? Ah. Well, that makes me sad. Alright. Let's, go find it somewhere else. We were using Ryzen's last time. I hope my channel doesn't get terminated. Here we go. Try this one.
The Sworn Sword.
This one's by Usama Khan Niazi. Never heard of them before. But we're going for it. What a bummer. Alright, we can get rid of this. That was crazy.
Part 1. In an iron cage at the crossroads, 2 dead men were rotting in the summer sun. Egg stopped below to have a look at them. Who do you think they were, sir? His mule, Maester, grateful for the respite, began to...
I know, like, are you watching me? I literally didn't even do anything yet. Like, I would have been suspicious if I was in it an hour and then they were like, oh shit, this is the thing. But, like, I literally hit the button and it went
crop
down.
the dry brown devil grass along the verges.
Is this too loud?
Heedless of the 2 huge wine casks on his back. Robbers, DUNKS said.
I'm halfway
Mounted
to
atop Thunder, he was much closer to the dead men. Rapers, murderers. Dark circles stained his old green tunic under both arms. The sky was blue and the sun was blazing hot, and he had sweated gallons since breaking camp this morning. Egg took off his wide-brimmed, floppy straw hat. Beneath, his head was bald and shiny. He used the hat to fan away the flies. There were hundreds crawling on the dead men, and more drifting lazily through the still, hot air. It must have been something bad for them to be left to die inside a crow cage.
A little loud? Okay.
Sometimes Egg could be as wise as any maester, but other times he was still a boy of 10.
Volume's good.
There are lords
Just let me
and
know.
lords, DUNKS said. Some don't need much reason to put a man to death. The iron cage was barely big enough to hold 1 man, yet 2 had been forced inside it.
What's up, Patches?
They stood face to face.
See if Patches has anything to say. 1 minute.
Now you've gone and killed Rykard.
Sure did.
You scheming little doxy.
You know it.
You make this nonsense seem, well, less nonsensical. Perhaps a Tarnished will be Elden Lord after all. But for now, this manor is finished. The demigod beast is slain, and Tanith has lost her head.
Aw.
A fine mess. But how else could it end? When Daddy Ambition's head over heels courting Lady Blasphemy. Well, here I am, untethered, once again.
I love you,
Bye, my
Patches.
friend.
I love you, Patches.
What is it?
Excellent.
Oh, come to make a parting donation to Patches Emporium.
I sure did. What you got for me? Anything? No. Not a goddamn thing I want. Useless. You're lucky I like you.
Their arms and legs in a tangle and their backs against the hot black iron of the bars. One had tried to eat the other, gnawing at his neck and shoulder. The crows had been at both of them. When Dunk and Egg had come around the hill, the birds had risen like a black cloud, so thick that Maester spooked. "Whoever they were, they look half-starved," Dunk said. "Skeletons
Fight
and
him? No! I'm gonna go help him do his love quest, hopefully.
It's
Yes?
true then. You've defeated our lord.
I do that.
No. I must thank you. Our lord was yet weak. You have taught us that defeat is not the end. Our lord is immortal and will one day rise again. Stronger. Until then, I must stay the path and do my part.
Yeah?
I will leave the Volcano Manor before long.
Uh-huh.
I suggest you do the same. I will miss these encounters. The champion who walks the tainted path shines all the more. I always was an admirer. This is farewell. Perhaps we will meet again along the path.
What about you?
This is farewell.
Alright, fine.
Perhaps.
Look at these fuckers.
Skin, and the skin is green and rotting. Might be they stole some bread, or poached a deer in some lord's wood. With the drought entering its second year, most lords had become less tolerant of poaching, and they hadn't been very tolerant to begin with. It could be they were in some outlaw band. At dusk, they'd heard a harper sing the day they hanged Black Robin. Ever since, Egg had been seeing gallant outlaws behind every bush.
Oh
Dunk
my
had met a
stars!
few
Help me!
outlaws while squiring
Oh,
for
this
the
is
old
such a bad
man.
game to click on something.
He was in no
off
hurry
screen.
to meet any more.
Oh my god.
None of the ones he'd known had been especially gallant.
There
He
we go,
remembered one
remembering
outlaw
things.
Sir Arlen had helped hang, who'd been fond of stealing rings. He would
God,
cut
I have
off
the
a
wrong
man's
stuff.
fingers to get at them, but with women he preferred to bite. There were no songs about him that Dunk knew. Outlaws or poachers, makes no matter.
Help!
Dead men make poor
Help me!
company. He walked Thunder slowly around the cage. The empty eyes seemed to follow him. One of the dead men had his head down and his mouth gaping open.
Bad place to hang out after
He has
forgetting
no
everything.
tongue, Dunk observed. He supposed the crows might have eaten it. Crows always pecked a corpse's eyes out first, he had heard. But maybe the tongue went second. Or maybe a lord had it torn out for something that he said. Dunk pushed his fingers through his mop of sun-streaked hair. The dead were beyond his help, and they had casks of wine to get to Standfast. "Which way did we come?" he asked, looking from one road to the other. "I'm turned around." "Standfast is that way, sir." Egg pointed. "That's for us, then. We could be back by evenfall, but not if we sit here all day counting flies." He touched Thunder with his heels and turned the big destrier toward the left-hand fork. Egg put his floppy hat back on and tugged sharply at Maester's lead. The mule left off cropping at the devil grass and came along without an argument for once.
Please.
He's hot as well, Dunk thought, and those wine casks must be heavy. The summer sun had baked the road as hard as brick.
That's not gonna work.
Its ruts were deep enough to break a horse's leg, so Dunk was careful to keep Thunder to the higher ground between them.
Did it work?
He had twisted his own ankle the day they left Dosk, walking in the black of night when it was cooler. A knight had to learn to live with aches and pains, the old man used to say.
Aye, lad, and with broken bones and scars, they're as much a part of knighthood as your swords and shields.
If Thunder were to break a leg,
button.
though, well, a knight without a horse was no knight at all. Egg followed 5 yards behind him, with
Dunk spends a
Maester
lot
and
of
the wine
time
casks.
scared of losing his horses.
The boy was walking with one bare
Which
foot
makes
in
me
a rut
scared.
and one out, so he rose and fell with every step. His dagger was sheathed on one hip, his boots slung over his backpack, his ragged brown tunic rolled up and knotted around his waist. Beneath his wide-brimmed straw hat, his face was smudged and dirty, his eyes large and dark. He was 10, not quite 5 feet tall. Of late he had been sprouting fast, though he had a long way to go before he'd be catching up to Dunk. He looked just like the stable boy he wasn't, and not at all like who he really was. The dead men soon disappeared behind them, but Dunk found himself thinking about them all the same. The realm was full of lawless men these days. The drought showed no signs of ending, and small folk by the thousands had taken to the roads, looking for some place where the rain still fell. Lord Bloodraven had commanded them to return to their own lands and lords, but few obeyed. Many blamed Bloodraven and King Aerys for the drought.
Bloodraven!
It was a judgment from the gods, they said, for the Kinslayer is accursed.
Where
if they were wise, though, they did.
So, those of you who have a small knowledge of Game of Thrones, like maybe the show or something, might know Bloodraven as the spooky old guy in the tree north of the wall. But this is a young Bloodraven.
Not say it loudly. How many eyes does Lord Bloodraven have? Ran the riddle Egg had heard in a...
I feel like the older Greyjoys need a show like Balon and Aeron and the Ironborn, and the Deep Drowned God lore can be more explored. This is pretty cool in the book scene. Yeah, no, definitely there's a lot of, side magical stories that are Lovecraftian, and, anything Drowned God related fits that really well. But yeah,
old town.
A lot of crows in
1,000
this.
eyes. And one. 6 years ago in King's Landing, Dunk had seen him with his own 2 eyes, as he rode a pale horse up the street of steel with 50 ravens' teeth behind him. That was before King Aerys had ascended to the Iron Throne and made him the Hand, but even so he cut a striking figure, garbed in smoke and scarlet with Dark Sister on his hip. His pallid skin and bone-white hair made him look a living corpse. Across his cheek and chin spread a wine-stained birthmark that was supposed to resemble a red raven, though Dunk only saw an odd-shaped blotch of discolored skin. He stared so hard that Bloodraven felt it. The king's sorcerer had turned to study him as he went by. He had one eye, and that one red.
Oh god!
The other was an empty socket.
This is horrible.
The
this
gift
is really
Bittersteel had given him upon the red
really
grass
bad for
field.
Me. Oh my god.
Yet it seemed to Dunk that both eyes had looked right through his skin.
Please, someone help me.
Down
help
to
me.
his
Get
very
through.
soul.
Help. Oh my god.
Despite the heat, the memory made him shiver. Sir,
leave me alone.
Egg called.
Help.
Are you unwell?
Help.
No, said Dunk. I'm as hot and thirsty as them. He pointed toward the field beyond the road, where rows of melons were shriveling on the vines. Along the verges, goats' heads and tufts of devil grass still clung to life, but the crops were not faring near as well. Dunk knew just how the melons felt. Sir Arlen used to say that no hedge knight need ever go thirsty.
Not so long as he has a helm to catch the rain in. Rainwater is the best drink there is, lad.
Hot take. Hot take. Egg is Patrick.
The old man never saw a summer like this one, though. Dunk had left his helmet standfast. It was too hot and heavy to wear, and there had been precious little rain to catch in it. What's a hedge knight to do when even the hedges are brown and parched and dying? Maybe when they reached the stream he'd have a soak. He smiled, thinking how good that would feel, to jump right in and come up sopping wet and grinning, with water cascading down his cheeks and through his tangled hair and his tunic clinging sodden to his skin. Egg might want to soak as well.
I know.
Though the boy looked
I
cool
knew you
and
guys
dry,
wouldn't like that.
more dusty than sweaty. He never sweated much. He liked the heat. In Dorne, he went about bare-chested and turned brown as a Dornishman. It is his dragon blood, Dunk told himself. Who ever heard of a sweaty dragon? He would gladly have pulled his own tunic off, but it would not be fitting. A hedge knight could ride bare naked if he chose. He had no one to shame but himself. It was different when your sword was
Egg a little
sworn.
hard body? Don't ask me
When
that.
you accept a lord's meat
He's
and
like
meat,
so young right now.
all you do reflects on him.
Sir Arlen used to say.
Always do more than he expects of you, never less. Never flinch at any task or hardship, and above all, never shame the lord you serve.
Yeah.
At Standfast, meat and mead meant chicken and ale, but Sir Eustace
Did I do
ate
it?
the same plain fare himself. Dunk kept his tunic on and sweltered. Sir Bennis of the Brown Shield was waiting at the old
Bennis.
plank bridge.
So you come back,
He called out.
You were gone so long I thought you run off with the old man Silver.
Bennis was sitting on his shaggy Garen, chewing a wad of sour leaf that made it
Wink egg. I don't know what the fuck is going on. He said come in knowing nothing. And I did, and I made it weird. Well, for future reference, well, how old is Egg in the Sworn Sword? How old is Aegon Targaryen? What is it, 5? In the Sworn Sword. He is 10 currently. So, Ricky... You know, I will say he's probably pretty hard-boiled, though. Okay? He's a hard-boiled little egg. Where am I? There it is.
look as if his mouth was full of blood. We had to go all the way to Dosk to find some wine, Dunk told him. The Krakens raided Little Dosk. They carried off the wealth and women and burned half of what they did not take.
Dosk must be a place, but I don't know what place this is. Is it also called Dusk? Am I on crazy pills? What is happening? I don't actually know. Did I forget an entire place? We're in Dorne, I know that.
That daggone Greyjoy wants for hanging,
Bennis said.
Aye, but who's to hang him? You see old Pinch-Bottom Pate?
They told us he was dead. The Iron Men killed him when he tried to stop them taking off his daughter.
7 bloody
Not the
hells.
Iron Man.
Bennis turned his head and spat.
I seen that daughter once. Not worth dying for, you ask me. That fool Pate owed me half a silver.
The Brown Knight looked just as he had when they left. Worse, he
I think I
smelled
could
the same as well.
I think I could sprint. Oh no.
He wore the same garb
But,
every day.
My
Brown
shift isn't
breeches, a shapeless rough-spun tunic, horsehide boots. When armored, he donned a loose brown surcoat over a shirt of rusted mail. His sword belt was a cord of boiled leather, and his seamed face might have been
Oh
made
my
of the
god,
same
everything
thing.
closed. Help me.
His
Help
head
me.
looks like
Oh
one
god.
of those shriveled
Help,
melons
help,
that we
help.
passed. Even his teeth were brown,
That's fine.
under the red
That's fine.
stains
Run.
left by the
Just
sour
run.
leaf he liked to chew.
Oh my god,
Amidst
windowed
all
mode
that
is so hard.
brownness, his
Holy
eyes
shit.
stood out.
Damn it, I got
They
poisoned
were a pale
anyway.
green, squinty
Don't look at
small,
me.
close set, and shiny bright with malice,
Not malice.
Only 2 casks,
he observed.
so useless wanted 4.
Not
We
so
were
useless.
lucky to find 2, said Dunk. The drought reached the arbor, too. Where the grapes are turning into raisins on the vines.
Depraved
And the
perfumer.
Iron Men have been pirating. Sir? Egg
Oh god,
broke
there's
in.
2 of them.
The water's gone. Dunk had been so intent on Bennis that he hadn't noticed. Beneath the warped wooden planks of the
like you guys
bridge,
are
only
looking at
sand and stones remained. That's queer. The stream was running low when we left, but it was running.
Oh god.
Bennis laughed. He had 2 sorts of laughs. Sometimes he cackled like a chicken, and sometimes he brayed louder than Egg's mule. This was his chicken laugh.
Oh my god.
Dried
Help
up
me,
while you
help
was
me,
gone, I
help me.
guess.
Oh
A
my God, just run.
drought'll do that.
I'm so bad at this game.
Dunk was dismayed. Well,
Help me find
I
peace.
won't be soaking now. He swung down to the ground. What's going to happen to the crops?
Never gonna make it through here.
Half the wells in the Reach had gone dry, and all the rivers were running low.
Not a drought.
Even the Blackwater
we're
Rush
in the
and the
Reach,
mighty
not
Mander.
Maybe the next one's Dorn.
Nasty stuff, water.
Hi, cutie.
Bennis said.
What's up? Sorry. Adult things.
Drank some once and it made me
Please hit play.
sick as a dog. Wine's better.
Not
Ah!
for oats.
Ah! No, stop closing on me.
Cackling. As far as arms went, they brought a scythe, 3 hoes, an old knife, some stout wooden clubs. Lem had a sharpened stick that might serve for a spear, and one of the wills allowed that he was good at chucking rocks.
Well and good.
Bennis said.
Yeah.
We
we
got us a
good.
bloody trebuchet.
I have a trebuchet.
After that, the man was known as Treb. Are any of you skilled with a longbow? Dunk asked them. The men scuffed at the dirt while hens pecked the ground around them.
Crazy time.
Pate of the weepy eyes finally answered.
How you doing, Wafters?
Begging your pardon, sir,
Yes,
but
sir.
my lord don't permit us longbows. Those grey deers is for the
Oh my God,
checkered
help me.
lions.
Help!
Not the likes
Oh, no,
of
no, no.
us.
No, no, no.
Will we get
Oh my God.
swords and
I'm gonna have to
hells
leave.
and chainmail?
I'm gonna have to leave. Help
The
me.
youngest of the 3 Watts
Why aren't you
wanted to
people
know,
helping me?
Why, sure you will.
said Bennis.
Just as soon as you kill one of the widow's knights and strip his bloody corpse. Make sure you stick your arm up his
me.
horse's ass, too.
I'm out
That's
of
where
things.
you'll find his silver.
He pinched young Watt beneath his arm until the lad squealed in pain, then marched the whole lot of them off to Watt's wood to cut some spears. When they came back, they had 8 fire-hardened spears of wildly unequal length, and crude shields of woven branches.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Sir Bennis
Die,
had
die,
made
die, die,
himself
die.
a spear as well,
Jump over
and he
this
showed
roof?
them how to thrust
This one?
with the point and use the
maybe
shaft
not.
to parry,
Damn.
and
I
where
have
to
to
put the
leave
point to
because
kill.
I'm dying.
The belly and the
This is
throat
where
are
you need to
best,
go.
I find.
Well, it's over
He
there,
pounded
right?
his fist
In that
against
building
his
right there. So yeah,
chest.
jump onto these roofs that way.
Right
and then
there's
you can
the
hop up
heart.
on some more roofs and go
That'll
over there,
do the
and
job
there
as
is a
well.
grace right in that
Trouble
doorway.
is,
There's
the
a grace?
ribs
Get to
is
that
in the
grace.
way.
Oh
The
no.
walkway is right over there, but there's
nice
poison.
and soft.
See? But you can jump on the roofs
Gotten
and sneak
slow,
onto it just going
but
that way on the
certain.
roofs.
Like here?
Never knew a man to
Oh
live
God,
when his
thing.
guts was hanging out.
roofs!
I can't with
Now,
the thing
if some
attacking me.
fool
Yeah, they
goes
can't
and
jump on the
turns his
roofs, they're not
back
that
on
good.
You don't
Put
know.
your point
I do.
between his
Oh
shoulder
my God, I'm dying.
blades
I'm a
and through
professional.
his kidney.
Help me.
That's it. They don't live long
did.
once you prick them in the kidney.
Having 3
Ah,
Watts
no, I
in the
fell.
company caused
Ah,
confusion
I
when
fell.
Dennis was
I
trying to
fell.
tell them what to do.
I fell.
We should give them village names, sir,
Ah.
Egg suggested. Like Sir Arlen
Oh.
of Pennytree, your old master.
Ah!
That might have worked.
Help me. I'm out of
Only
here.
their
Run,
villages
run,
had
just
no
run.
names either.
Go, 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 go,
Well,
go, 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 go.
said Egg.
Run, 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 run,
We
run,
could call them for
run,
their
run, run,
crops,
run,
sir.
No, 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 no. Leave
One
me alone.
village
Leave me
sat
alone.
amongst
Leave me alone.
bean fields. One planted
Run, run, run,
mostly
run. Up,
barley
up, 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 up,
corn,
up, up, up.
and the third
Go, go, go,
cultivated
go, go,
rows
go,
of
go.
cabbages, carrots, onions, turnips, and melons.
Just talking
No one
over the
wanted
whole
to be
show.
a cabbage or a turnip, so the last lot became the melons. They ended up
Yes!
with 4 barley corns,
I
2
did it!
melons, and 2 beans.
I'm so
As the brothers
bloody.
Watt were both barley corns, some further distinction was required.
All right. How we doing? How we doing, guys? Yes, your comments are good. I'm behind because things were crazy, okay? Things were crazy. Oh, did you guys see that? I almost died. Like 18 times in a row. Thanks, Poe. I appreciate you.
When the younger brother made mention of once having fallen down the village well, Bennis dubbed
We're gonna go there
him
in a minute, but we
Wet
want to go
Wat,
get these items.
and that was that. The men were thrilled to have been given lords' names, save for Big Rob, who could not seem to remember whether he was a bean or a barleycorn.
Oh my god.
Once all of them had names and spears, Sir Eustace emerged from Standfast to address them. The old knight stood outside the tower door, wearing his mail and plate beneath a long woolen surcoat that age had turned more yellow than white. On front and back it bore the Checky lion, sewn in little squares of green and gold.
Almost doesn't count.
He said, "You all remember Dake? The Red Widow threw him in a sack and drowned him. She took his life, and now she thinks to take our water too. The Checky water that nourishes our crops.
Not our Checky waters.
But she will not."
He raised his sword above his head.
"For Osgray,"
he said ringingly.
"For Standfast." "Osgray,"
Dunk echoed. Egg and the recruits took up the shout. "Osgray! Osgray! For Standfast!" Dunk and Bennis drilled the little company amongst the pigs and chickens, while Sir Eustace watched from the balcony above. Sam Stoops had stuffed some old sacks with soiled straw. Those became their foes. The recruits began practicing their spear work as Bennis bellowed at them.
"Stick and twist and rip it free. Stick and twist and rip, but get the damn thing out. You'll be wanting it soon enough for the next one. Too slow, Treb, too damn slow. If you can't do it quicker, go back to chucking rocks. Lem, get your weight behind your thrust. There's a boy.
Let's go.
And in and out, in and out.
Keep going.
Fuck 'em with it. That's
I got
the
poison.
way. In
That's
and
fine.
out.
We'll go this way.
Rip 'em, rip 'em, rip 'em.
When the sacks had been torn to pieces by 1,000 spear thrusts and all the straw spilled out onto the ground, Dunk donned his mail and plate and took up a wooden sword to see how the men would fare against a livelier foe. Not too well, was the answer. Only Treb was quick enough to get a spear past Dunk's shield, and he only did it once. Dunk turned one clumsy, lurching thrust after another, pushed their spears aside, and bowled in close. If his sword had been steel instead of pine, he would have slain each of them 6 times.
Poison, it's not better if you
"You're
roll?
dead once I get past your point,"
No way.
he warned them, hammering at their legs and arms to drive the lesson home. Treb and Lem and Wet Wat soon learned how to give ground, at least. Big Rob dropped his spear and ran, and Bennis had to chase him down and drag him back in tears. The end of the afternoon saw the lot of them all bruised and battered, with fresh blisters rising on their calloused hands from where they gripped their spears. Dunk bore no marks himself, but he was half drowned in sweat by the time Egg helped him peel his armor off. As the sun was going down, Dunk marched their little company down into the cellar and forced them all to have a bath. Even those who'd had one just last winter. Afterward, Sam Stroop's wife had bowls of stew for all, thick with carrots, onions, and barley. The men were bone-tired, but to hear them talk, every one of them would soon be twice as deadly as a Kingsguard knight. They could hardly wait to prove their valor.
Not what I wanted. Ow,
Sir Bennis
ow,
egged
ow,
them
ow.
on by telling them of the joys of the soldier's life.
Okay.
Lewd and women, chiefly.
Q.
The 2 old hands
This
agreed
way?
with him.
All
Lem
right,
had brought
all
back
right.
a knife
I
and a
get it,
pair of
I'm bad at
fine
things.
boots
Help.
from the Blackfire Rebellion, to hear him tell it. The boots were too small for him to wear, but he had them hanging on his wall.
Ow! Ow!
And Pate
Stop.
could not say enough about some of the camp followers he'd known following the dragon.
Okay.
Sam Stoops had set them up with 8 straw pallets in the Undercroft. So once their
I'm
bellies
learning.
were filled, they all went
Don't
off
judge
to
me.
sleep.
Ouch!
Bennis lingered long enough to give Dunk a look of disgust.
Figured out how to sprint.
So Useless should have fucked a few more peasant wenches while he still had a bit of sap left in them old sad balls of his.
Oh my.
He said. If he'd sowed himself a nice crop of bastards back then, might be we'd have some soldiers now.
They seem no worse than any other peasant levy. Dunk had marched with a few such while squiring for Sir Arlen.
Aye,
Okay, we got
Sir
things over
Bennis
here.
said.
In a fortnight they might stand their own, against
my
some other lot of
stars.
peasants.
You want me to go that way?
Knights, though?
He shook
Oh
his head
my
and
God.
spat. Standfast's well
Ouch.
was in the undercellar, in a dank chamber
Oh,
walled
God.
in stone.
Oh,
and
that was
earth.
even.
It was there that Sam Stroop's wife soaked and scrubbed and beat the clothes before carrying them up to the roof to dry. The big stone washtub was also used for baths. Bathing required drawing water from the well bucket by bucket,
All right,
heating
let's
it
go get
over
my
the
points
hearth in a
back.
big iron kettle, emptying the kettle into the tub, then starting the whole process once again. It took 4 buckets to fill the kettle, and 3 kettles to fill the tub. By the time the last kettle was hot, the water from the first had cooled to lukewarm. Sir Bennis had been heard to say that the whole thing was too much bloody bother, which was why he crawled with lice and fleas and smelled like a bad cheese. Dunk at least had Egg to help him when he felt in dire need of a good wash, as he did tonight.
Alright, let's go this
The
way.
lad drew the water in a glum silence and hardly spoke as it was heating. Egg? Dunk asked as the last kettle was coming to a boil. Is aught amiss? When Egg made no reply, he said, Help me with the kettle. Together they wrestled it from hearth
Sorry, I
to
like
tub,
looking at the
taking
statues.
care not to splash themselves. Sir, the boy said, what do you think Sir Eustace means to do? Tear down the dam and fight off the widow's men if they try to stop us.
Oh,
He spoke
damn it,
loudly,
dog.
so as to be heard above the splashing of the bath water. Steam rose in a white curtain as they poured, bringing a flush to
House
his
Marais is ruined. Just deserts for falling for that severed harpy. No surprise that guilty cretin took the castle and our storied sword.
face. Their shields are woven wood, sir. A lance could punch right through them, or a crossbow bolt. We may find some bits of armor for them, when they're ready. That was the best they could hope for.
She's actually a Valkyrie.
They might be killed, sir.
It's Melania.
Wet Wad is still half a boy. Will Barleycorn is to be married the next time the Septon comes. And Big Rob doesn't even know his left foot from his right. Dunk let the empty kettle
reach on
thump
this
down
is
onto
actually
the
pretty
hard-packed earthen floor. Roger of Pennytree was younger than Wetwat when he died on the red grass field. There were men in your father's house who'd just been married too, and other men who'd never even kissed a girl. There were hundreds who didn't know their left foot from their right, maybe thousands. That was different, Egg insisted. That was war. So is this. The same thing, only smaller. Smaller and stupider, sir.
I'm so scared
That's
right
not
now.
for you or me to say, Dunk told him. It's their duty to go to war when Sir Eustace summons them. And to die if need be. Then we shouldn't have named them, sir. It will only make the grief
God, see
harder
that
for
guy?
us when they die.
Trying to fucking
He
startle
screwed
me.
up his face. If we used my
Page
boot...
versus page fight,
No.
let's go.
Dunk stood on one leg to pull his own boot
Bitch.
off. Yes, but my father...
Oh my God,
no.
there's another guy there.
The second boot went the way of the first. No! Dunk
No.
pulled his sweat-stained tunic up
Dunk
over
said
his
no.
head and tossed it at Egg.
Oh, I
Ask
bet
Sam
there's a skinny
Stroop's
wall
wife to wash that for me. I will,
Hello?
sir, but no, I
Shiny?
said. Do you need a clout in the ear to help you hear better? He unlaced his breeches. Underneath was only him. It was too hot
I like
for
this one
small
in the
clothes.
Ivy.
It's
That's really
good that
cool.
you're concerned for Watt and Watt and Watt and the rest of them. But the boot is only meant for dire need. How many eyes does Lord Bloodraven have?
Help me!
1,000
Scared.
eyes and 1. What did your father tell you when he sent you off to Squire for me?
How?
To keep my hair shaved or dyed, and tell no man my true name,
See?
the boy said, with obvious reluctance. Egg had served Dunk for a good year and a half, though some days
scared.
it seemed like 20.
So
They had
scared.
climbed the Prince's Pass together and crossed the deep sands of Dorne, both red
Ooh, a
and white.
perfumer's cookbook.
A pole boat had
Heck
taken them
yeah.
down to the Planky Town, where they took
take a
passage
look at
for
the
Old
view.
Town on the galleous White Lady. They had slept in stables, inns, and ditches, broken bread with holy brothers, whores, and mummers, and chased down 100 puppet shows. Egg had kept Dunk's horse groomed, his longsword sharp, his mail free of rust. He had been as good a companion as any man could wish for, and the hedge knight had come to think of
my
him
God!
almost as a little
Help!
brother. He isn't, though. This
Oh
egg
my
had been
God.
hatched of dragons, not of chickens. Egg might be a hedge knight squire, but Aegon of
That's
House
terrifying.
Targaryen was
Ooh, I
the
got a
fourth and
Trina lily?
youngest son of Maekar, Prince
amazing.
of Summerhall, himself the fourth son of
I'm
the
scared.
late King Daeron the Good, the second of his name, who'd sat the Iron Throne for 25 years until the Great Spring Sickness took him off. So far as most folk are concerned, Aegon Targaryen went back to Summerall with his brother Daeron after the tourney at Ashford Meadow, Dunk reminded the boy. Your father did not want it known that you were wandering the Seven Kingdoms with some edge knight. So let's hear no more about your
scared.
boot.
I love the
A
ivy on
look was all the answer that he got. Egg had big eyes, and somehow his shaven head made them look even larger. In the dimness of the lamplit cellar, they looked black, but in better light, their true color could be seen, deep and dark and purple.
Scary.
Valyrian eyes, thought Dunk. In Westeros, few but the blood of the dragon had eyes that color or hair that
kill
shone
you
like
from here.
beaten gold and strands of silver woven all together. When they'd been pulling down the green blood, the orphan girls had made a game of rubbing Egg's shaven head for luck. It made the boy blush redder than a pomegranate. Girls are so stupid, he would say. The next one who touches me is going into the river. Dunk had to tell him. Then I'll be touching you. I'll give you such a clout in the ear you'll be hearing bells for a moon's turn. That only goaded the boy to further insolence. Better bells than stupid girls, he insisted.
What a 10-year-old.
But he never threw anyone into the river. Dunk stepped into the tub and eased himself down until the water covered
scared.
him up to his chin. It was still scalding hot on top, though cooler further down. He clenched his teeth to keep from yelping.
Fucking
If he did, the boy would laugh.
statues startled me.
Egg liked his bath water scalding hot.
They're gotta be in here.
Do you need more water boiled, sir? This will serve. Dunk rubbed at his arms and watched the dirt come off in long gray clouds.
Ah!
Fetch me the soap.
Ah!
Oh, and the long-handled
So
scrub
scared.
brush, too. Thinking about Egg's hair had made him remember that his own was
Hi?
filthy. He took
Hello?
a deep breath and slid underneath the water to
Who's
give it a
there?
good soak. When he emerged again,
thingy?
sloshing, Egg was
Oh,
standing
page,
beside
page,
the
page,
tub
pages.
with the soap
Oh,
and
dogs.
long-handled horsehair brush in
dogs.
hand.
Oh, why am I stuck in
You
a
have
fucking
hairs
thing?
on your cheek,
Oh my god, help me.
Dunk observed as he took the soap from him. 2 of them. There, below your ear. Make sure you get them the next time you shave your head. I
didn't
will,
really want
sir.
to use that on a dog.
The boy seemed pleased
whatever.
by the discovery. No doubt he thinks a bit of beard makes him a man. Dunk had thought
All
the
these
same when he
pages.
first found some fuzz growing on his upper lip. I tried to shave with my dagger and almost nicked my
Get
nose
one
off.
of those.
Go and get some sleep now, he told Egg. I won't have any more need of you till morning. It took a long while to scrub all the dirt and sweat away. Afterward, he put the soap aside, stretched out as much as he was able, and closed his eyes. The water had cooled by then. After the savage heat of the day, it was a welcome relief. He soaked till his feet and fingers were all wrinkled up and the water had gone gray and cold, and only then reluctantly
The arm
climbed
is on
out.
the walks of the castle
Though
outer
he and
left
Egg
side.
had been given thick straw
That's
pallets
words.
down in the cellar, Dunk preferred to sleep up on the roof.
Like
The air
out
was
here?
fresher there,
Or this way?
and sometimes there was a breeze. It was not as though he need have much fear of rain. The next time
I'm
it
scared.
rained on them up there would be the first. Egg was asleep by the
There's
time
something
Dunk
over there.
reached the roof. He lay on his back with his
Hello?
hands behind his head and stared up at the sky.
Hello?
The stars were everywhere.
Hello?
Thousands and thousands of them.
Don't hurt me.
It reminded him of a night at Ashford Meadow, before the tourney started. He had seen a falling star that night. Falling stars were supposed to bring you luck, so he'd told Tanzel to paint it on his shield. But Ashford had been anything but lucky for him. Before the tourney ended, he had almost lost a hand
This
and
way?
a foot, and 3 good men had lost their lives.
What's this way?
I gained a squire, though. Egg was with me
Not
when I
that.
rode away from Ashford. That was the
Where the
only
fuck am I?
good thing to come of all that happened. He hoped that no stars fell tonight.
Hello?
The Sworn
Oh, there's
Sword,
an elevator?
Part 3.
What do you mean part 3? Oh, okay, it's all in one thing. There's only 4 hours to this. Don't want to go the wrong way. So I want to make sure I take a peek at everything. Oh, I'm scared. This place is turtlifying me.
There were red mountains in the distance and white sands beneath his feet. Dunk was digging, plunging a spade into the hot, dry earth and flinging
Here
the
we go.
fine sand back over his shoulder.
Going up.
He was making a hole. A grave, he thought. A grave for hope.
Oh my god, I'm so scared.
A trio of Dornish knights stood watching, making mock of him in quiet voices. Farther off, the merchants waited with their mules and wains and sand sledges. They wanted to be off, but he could not leave until he'd buried Chestnut.
Alright. What's up, Patches? Let's talk to you.
Oh, you again.
Yeah, it's me. What's up, buddy?
A shame you had to see me like this. I had a bit of a slip-up, that's all.
You killed together?
I should have
What?
stuck to
Have
what
you
I
already
know
killed that
best.
together guy?
No.
Oh, yep, there he is,
No
right there.
matter.
Good. I want to make sure you
I
did it
know
when
I
Patches was
can
there.
trust you.
Oh.
Did it with
Yeah, I
Patches
just
was?
beat it my last round.
Okay.
A
Because
good
if you
soul.
did it without
Not
Patches there,
certain
you have to.
the
Patches won't be
Tanith
there
gets
next time.
this.
Have fun.
Oh, it's nothing. It's just makes me sick to see her all bent. out of
Patches
shape.
found love.
Come on, Tanith, back on your high horse where you belong.
Love to see it. I do have a lot of points, so I'm not sure I want to go in here and die. I'm not gonna lie. How am I gonna do this? Alright, we'll do... Here, we'll do it like... Poe, do you remember what's in here?
He would not leave his old friend to the snakes and scorpions and sand dogs. The Stod had died on the long, thirsty crossing between the Prince's Pass and Vaith, with Egg upon his back. His front legs just seemed to fold up under him, and he knelt right down, rolled onto his side, and died. His carcass sprawled beside the hole. Already it was stiff. Soon it would begin to smell. Dunk was weeping as he dug, to the amusement of the Dornish knights.
Water is precious
What do I
in the
do?
waste, one said. You ought not to waste it, sir.
I'll look into it.
The
in a
other
minute.
chuckled and said,
Why do you weep?
What
It was
is
only a
in
horse, and a poor
Big
one.
Castle Yellow Door?
Chestnut, Dunk thought, digging. His name was
Elemer of the
Chestnut,
Briar?
and he bore
That
me
makes
on his
sense,
back
actually.
for years and never bucked
I'm
or
never gonna
bit.
be able to beat him.
The old stud had looked a sorry thing beside the sleek sand steeds
okay,
that the Dornishmen were riding, with their elegant heads, long necks, and flowing manes. But he had given all he had to give.
Weeping for a sway-backed stot,
Okay, he
Sir
can't be put to
Arlen
sleep.
said, in his old man's
Go.
voice.
Let's change our weapon.
Why, lad, you never wept for me? Who put you on his back?
He gave a little laugh, to show he meant no harm by the reproach.
That's Dunk the Lunk, thick as a castle
He shed no tears for me either, said Baelor Breakspear from the grave.
Oh no.
Though I was his prince, the hope of Westeros. The gods never
trippy
meant for me
dreams.
to die so young. My father was only 9 and 30, said Prince Valar. He had it in him to be a great king, the greatest since Aegon the Dragon.
Oh no, I'm
He
medium
looked
now.
at Dunk with cool blue eyes.
Can't have that.
Why would the gods take him and leave you?
The young prince had his father's light brown hair,
Focus
but a
on
streak of
vitality.
silver gold ran through it.
Physical.
You are dead, Dunk wanted to scream. You are all 3 dead. Why don't you leave me be?
Trippy.
Sir Arlen had died of a chill. Prince Baelor of the blow his brother dealt him during Dunk's trial
Alright.
of 7. His son
I'm gonna
Valar
lose.
during the Great Spring sickness. I am not to blame for that. We were in
Oh god.
We never even knew.
Oh my god, I don't
You
remember
were
how to do anything.
mad.
The old man told him.
Oh my
Dig
god.
no hole for you when you kill yourself
Ah.
with this folly. In the deep sands,
Help
a
me.
man must hoard his water.
Be gone with you, Sir Duncan, Valar said. Be gone. Egg helped him with the digging. The boy had no spade,
How far
only
does
his
the Snake
hands,
America take me?
and the sand flowed back into the grave as fast as they could fling it out. It was like trying to dig a hole in the sea.
Okay, that's
I
not so
have
bad.
to keep digging, Dunk told himself, though his back and shoulders ached from the effort. I have
I
to
can put this
bury him
back on.
down deep where the sand dogs cannot find him. I have to
Yeah, this guy's fucking
die,
horrible.
said Big Rob the simpleton from the bottom of the grave.
Giggity.
Lying there, so still and cold, with a ragged red wound gaping in his belly. He did not look very big at all. Dunk stopped and stared at him. You're not dead. You're down sleeping in the cellar. He looked to Sir Arlen for help. Tell him, sir, he pleaded. Tell him to get out of the grave. Only it was not Sir Arlen of Pennytree standing over
Yeah,
him
the
at all.
bell-bearing hunter.
It was Sir Bennis of
Who's
the
an
Brown
asshole
Shield.
anyway.
The Brown Knight only cackled.
Dunk the Lunk,
He said.
gotten slow but certain. Never knew a man to live with his entrails hanging out.
Red froth bubbled on his lips. He turned and spat, and the white sands drank it down.
What am I gonna do?
Treb was standing behind him with an arrow in his eye,
Physical.
weeping
Let's do
slow red tears.
Wait, does that put me at
And there was
medium?
Wet Wat,
No,
too.
okay.
His head cut near in half,
Alright.
with old Lem and red-eyed Pate and all the rest. They had all been chewing sour leaf with Bennis, Dunk thought at first. But then he realized that it was blood trickling from their mouths. Dead, he thought. All dead.
Oh,
And the
robots.
Brown Knight
Fuck.
brayed.
I'm gonna learn this eventually.
Aye, so best get busy. You've got more graves to dig, Lunk.
Ow! Stop!
8 for them, and 1
Ah.
for me, and 1 for old Sir Useless. And 1 last one for your bald-head boy.
The spade slipped from Dunk's hands. Egg, he cried. Run! We have to run! but the sands were giving way beneath their feet. When the boy tried to scramble from the hole, its crumbling sides gave way and collapsed.
Oh, magic's not working. Alright, that's fine.
Dunk saw the sands wash over Egg,
Can you
burying
right
him
button,
as he
please?
opened his mouth to shout. He tried to fight his way to him, but the sands were rising all around him,
Woo!
pulling him down
Use
into
the
grave,
roly-poly!
filling
I
his
did
mouth,
it!
his nose, his eyes. Come the break of day,
I can't
Sir
believe I
Bennis
did
set
it.
about teaching their recruits to form a shield wall.
Where's my...
He lined the eight
I can't... Oh,
up
no!
and gone.
God damn it, I just skipped on accident. Where am I?
No one wanted to be a cabbage or a turnip, so the
Okay,
last
so that was that.
Dunk stopped and stared at him. "You're not dead. You're down sleeping in the cellar," the old man told him.
Where am
We will
I?
dig no hole for you.
Water is precious in the waste.
I don't know. where I am.
Double until Egg's
Where's the
was
funky
dubious.
voice?
Certain can
Inch for his sign.
with him to call on old Reynard Weber.
One minute.
I showed
Where's
it to
the...
my own sons in turn. Adam served at Coldmoat as a page and squire, and a certain fondness grew up between.
Pulling him down into the grave.
Okay, we'll just go here.
Filling his mouth, his
Sorry.
nose, his eyes.
I knew I could do it.
Come the break
Look
of
at this.
day, Sir Bennis set about teaching their recruits to form a shield wall. He lined the 8 of them up shoulder to shoulder, with their shields touching and their spear points poking through like long, sharp wooden teeth. Then Dunk and Egg mounted up and charged them. Maester refused to go within 10 feet of the spears and stopped abruptly, but Thunder had been trained for this. The big warhorse pounded straight ahead, gathering speed. Hens ran beneath his legs and flapped away screeching. Their panic must have been contagious. Once more, Big Rob was the first to drop his spear and run, leaving a gap in the middle of the wall. Instead of closing up, Standfast's other warriors joined the flight. Thunder trod upon their discarded shields before Dunk could rein him up. Woven branches cracked and splintered beneath his iron-shod hooves. Sir Bennis rattled off a pungent string of curses as chickens and peasants scattered in all directions. Egg fought manfully to hold his laughter in, but finally lost the battle. "Enough of that!" Dunk drew Thunder to a halt, unfastened his helm, and tore it off. "If they do that in a battle, it will get the whole lot of them killed. And you and me as well, most like." The morning was already hot, and he felt as soiled and sticky as if he'd never bathed at all.
Oh.
His head was pounding, and he could not forget the dream he dreamed the night before. It never happened that way, he tried to tell himself. It wasn't like that.
Alright, we're gonna look for the arm.
Chestnut had died on the long, dry ride to Vaith.
No!
That part was true. He and Egg
Chestnut!
rode double until Egg's brother gave them Maester. The rest of it, though...
Wait, did I hit the thingy?
I never
Oh, man.
wept.
Wait, was there a
I might
thingy?
have wanted to, but I never did.
I don't actually know.
He had
We'll
wanted
go
to
back.
bury the horse as well, but the Dornishman would
Ah!
not wait.
Ah!
Sand
Please don't do
dogs
that.
must
Oh,
eat
bye.
and feed their pups.
Oh my
One
god,
of the
this is
Dornish
awful.
knights told him as he helped Dunk strip the sod of saddle and bridle. His flesh will feed the dogs or feed the sands. In a
Help me.
year his bones will be scoured clean. This is Dorn, my friend. Remembering, Dunk could not help but wonder who would feed on Watt's flesh, and Watt's, and Watt's.
Oh my god,
Maybe
please
there are
stop
checky
killing me.
fish down beneath the checky water. He rode Thunder back to the tower and dismounted. Egg, help Sir Bennis round them up
Oh
and
my
get them
God.
back here.
I'm
He
trying to
shoved
go
his
back
helm
for the
at
arm.
Egg and strode to the steps.
But I don't think I touched this.
Sir Eustace met him in the dimness of his solar.
I can't remember.
That was not well done.
It looks like I did.
No, my lord,
Still.
said Dunk. They will not serve. A sworn sword owes his liege service and obedience, but this is madness. It was their first time. Their fathers and brothers were as bad or worse when they began their training. My sons worked with them before we went to help the king. Every day for a good fortnight. They made soldiers of them. And when the battle came, my lord, Dunk asked, how did they fare then?
Oh my
How
god.
many of them came home with you? The old knight looked long at him. Lem,
Oh my god, help me!
he said at
Help me!
last.
Oh my
And
god!
Pate and Dake.
So I'm
Dake
fucked.
foraged for us. He was as fine a forager as I ever knew. We never marched on empty bellies. 3 came back, sir. 3 and
Help
me.
me find peace.
His mustache quivered. It
I
may
need to get
take
all my
longer
points.
than a fortnight. My lord, said Dunk.
Ah!
The woman could be here upon the morrow with all her men. They are good lads, he thought, but they will soon be dead lads if they go up against the knights of Coldmoat.
Oh my god,
There
how am I
must
gonna
be
do this?
some other way. Some other way. Sir Eustace ran his fingers
think I could
lightly
go back
along
to
the
my-
little lion's shield.
Other sword, maybe.
I will have no
That seemed to work
justice
okay
from
against
Lord
these guys.
Rowan nor this king. He grasped Dunk by the forearm. It comes to
fun.
me that in days gone by, when the Green Kings ruled, you could pay a man a blood price if you had slain one of his animals or peasants. A blood price? Dunk was dubious. Some other way, you said. I have some coin laid by. It was only a little claret on the cheek, Sir Bennis says. I could pay the man a silver stag, and 3 to the woman for the insult. I could and would,
Oh my god, please, please,
if
please,
she
please.
would take the dam down. The old man frowned. I cannot
Oh
go
my
to
God.
her, however.
Help me.
Not at Coldmoat. A fat black fly buzzed around his head and lighted on his arm. The castle was ours once. Did you know that, Sir Duncan?
Which way do I
Aye,
go?
my lord.
Left?
Sam Stoops had told him. For 1,000 years
Okay, we're
before the
going.
conquest, we were the marshals of the North March.
Oh
A
god,
score
this
of
is left.
lesser lordlings did us fealty, and 100 landed knights. We had 4 castles then, and watchtowers on the hills to warn of the coming of our enemies. Coldmoat was the greatest of our seats. Lord Perwyn Osgrey raised it. Perwyn the Proud, they called him. After the Field of Fire, Highgarden passed from kings to stewards, and the Osgreys dwindled and diminished. 'Twas Aegon's son, King Maegor, who took Coldmoat from us, when Lord Ormond Osgrey spoke out against his suppression of the stars and swords, as the poor fellows and the warriors' sons were called. His voice had grown hoarse. There is a checky lion carved into the stone above the gates of Coldmoat.
Am I going the wrong
My
way?
father showed it to me the first time he took me with him to call
Check
on
it,
old
lion.
Reynard Webber. I showed it to my own sons in turn. Adam served at Coldmoat as a page and squire, and a certain fondness grew up between him and Lord Wyman's daughter.
What are you doing?
So one winter day I donned my richest raiment and went to Lord Wyman to propose a marriage. His
out here?
refusal was courteous, but as I left I heard him laughing with Sir Lucas Inchfield. I never returned to Coldmoat after that, save once, when that
there.
woman presumed to carry off one of
Oh!
mine own.
Where do I go?
When they told me to seek for poor Lem at the bottom of the moat. Dake, said Dunk. Bennis says his name was Dake. Dake? The fly was creeping down his sleeve, pausing to rub its legs
Left.
together the way flies do. Sir Eustace shooed it away and rubbed his lip beneath his mustache.
Dake. That was what I said. A staunch fellow, I recall him well. He foraged for us during the war. We never marched on empty bellies.
I'm so lost.
When Sir Lucas informed me of what had been done to my poor Dake, I swore a holy vow that I would never again set foot inside that castle, unless to take possession. So you see, I cannot go there, Sir Duncan, not to pay the blood price, nor for any other reason. I cannot.
Dunk understood. I could go, my lord. I swore no vows.
You are a good man, Sir Duncan. A brave knight and true.
Sir Eustace gave Dunk's arm a squeeze.
Would that the gods had spared my Alisanne. You are the sort of man I had always hoped that she might marry.
Aww.
A true knight,
Well,
Sir
looks
Duncan.
like promising things.
A true knight.
Dunk was turning red.
Aww.
I will tell Lady Weber what you said about the blood price, but
chairs.
you will save Sir Bennis from Dake's fate. I know it. I am no mean judge of men, and you are the true steel. You will give them pause, sir, the very sight of you. When that woman sees that Standfast has such a champion, she may well take down that dam of her own accord.
Dunk did not know what to say to that. He knelt.
My lord, I will go upon the morrow and do the best I can. On the morrow.
The fly came circling back and lit upon Sir Eustace's left hand. He raised his right and smashed it flat.
Yes, on the morrow.
Outer wall goes this
Another bath? Egg said, dismayed.
Poor
You
Egg.
washed yesterday.
And then I spent a day in armor swimming in my sweat. Close your lips and fill the kettle.
Yeah.
You washed the night Sir Eustace took us into service, Egg pointed out. And last night, and now? That's 3 times, sir.
I need to treat with a high-born lady. Do you want me to turn up before her high seat, smelling like Sir Bennis?
You would have to roll in a tub of Maester's droppings to smell as bad as that, sir. Egg filled the kettle. Sam Stoops says the Castellan at cold mode is as big as you are. Lucas Inchfield is his name, but he's called the Long Inch for his size. Do you think he's as big as you are, sir? No. It had been years since Dunk had met anyone as tall as he was. He took the kettle and hung it above the fire. Will you fight him? No. Dunk almost wished it had been otherwise. He might not be the greatest fighter in the realm, but size and strength could make up for many lacks.
Please hold. No. And I don't want to miss out, so give me a minute. Alright. What?
Where's the Grace?
The Grace? Oh, you want me to go to the Grace?
Oh, we got the Grace. I know where to go. Where are you at?
Outside. I'm right here.
Alright, go straight.
This guy?
You're going straight.
Down here.
Drop that ladder.
Ah.
That's gonna give you a shortcut there to get up if you ever need to.
Nice.
Probably won't. Okay, now, remember those buildings over there I told you to jump on? Get back up there where all those people are eating you?
So go down here and then...
Yeah, you wanna get over there. Be careful of that spooky dude. I'd never fight him. He kills me.
He's so scary.
Because he's very strong. And he has a horse.
He does have a horse.
You have a horse too.
I do, so I want to go over there, is that what you're saying?
I would climb back up, yeah, where the Grace is, so you can jump over to the roofs.
Got it, got it.
And there's a lot of obstacles. But I think you should experience them for yourself.
I see.
So basically, if you get on that walkway there, you go right. Follow it right. At the end, you'll Find a building you need to go into, like a little tower, and deep inside is the arm.
We'll go down this way.
Any way you want.
This way?
Any way you want. I mean, just find a way to jump over. I should just do whatever.
Where's the best place to jump to get back up there?
I can you just jump on the side there and jump over it?
Oh, you think so?
I don't know. Like, isn't that an edge right there?
Nope.
I meant right next to, yeah. I don't know, man.
Oh, God.
Just go right now. I guess go that way, because, yeah, you can't go right.
Hello? There's a ladder this way.
Oh, use the ladder. Those are useful.
Hello? Let me up.
But you know where to go. Good luck.
Theoretically. We will shall see.
Yeah. Where did you find that room? You don't know.
Alright, chat. Great. Just what I love to hear. Hi. Ow. Have you heard about our Trina? Thank you. This. Alright. How's everyone doing? I hope everyone is well. There's jingling happening around me. So if you're in the chat, you're on your own.
Though. He was no good with words, and worse with women.
Jump out at me.
This giant Lucas Longinch did not dawn him half so much as the prospect of facing the Red Widow. I'm going to talk to the Red Widow. That's all. What will you tell her, sir? That she has to take the dam down. You must take down your dam, milady, or else... Ask her to take down the dam. I mean, please give back our Checky water. If it pleases her. A little water, milady, if it please you.
Egg.
Sir Eustace would not want him to beg. How do I say it, then?
Oh, you're praying over here?
The water soon began to steam and bubble. Help me lug this to the tub, Dunk told the boy. Together, they lifted the kettle from the hearth and crossed the cellar to the big wooden tub. I don't know how to talk with high-born ladies, he confessed as they were pouring. We both might have been killed in Dawn on account of what I said to Lady Vaith. Lady Vaith was mad, Egg reminded him. But you could have been more gallant. Ladies like it when you're gallant.
Ladies
if you were to rescue the Red Widow the way you rescued that puppet girl from Arion. Arion's in lease, and the Widow's not in want of rescuing. He did not want to talk of Tanzel. Tanzel Too Tall was her name, but she was not too tall for me.
I love him.
Well, the boy said, some knights sing gallant songs to their ladies, or play them tunes upon a lute. I have no lute. Dunk looked morose. And that night I drank too much in the Planky Town, you told me I sang like an ox in a mud wallow. I had forgotten, sir. How could you forget? You told me to forget, sir, said Egg, all innocence. You told me I'd get a clout in the ear the next time I mentioned it.
It's true.
There will be no singing.
No singing.
Even if he had the voice for it. The only song Dunk knew all the way through was the Bear, and the Maiden Fair.
Well,
he doubted that would do much to win over Lady Weber. The kettle was steaming once again. They wrestled it over to the tub and upended it. Egg drew water to fill it for the third time, then clambered back onto the well. You'd best not take any food or drink at Cold Moat, sir. The Red Widow poisoned all her husbands. I'm not like to marry her. She's a high-born lady, and I'm Dunk of Fleabottom, remember? He frowned. Just how many husbands has she had, do you know? 4, said Egg. But no children. Whenever she gives birth, a demon comes by night to carry off the issue. Sam Stoop's wife says she sold her babes unborn to the Lord of the Seven Hells, so he'd teach her his black arts.
Woo!
High-born ladies don't meddle with the black arts.
We're making so much progress.
They dance and sing and do embroidery. Maybe she dances with demons and embroiders evil spells, Egg said with relish. And how would you know what high-born ladies do, sir? Lady Vaith is the only one you ever knew. That was insolent, but true. Might be I don't know any high-born ladies, but I know a boy who's asking for a good clout in the ear.
Ha! Got him.
Dunk rubbed the back of his neck.
Get
A
right.
day in chainmail always left it hard as wood. You've known queens and princesses. Did they dance with demons and practice the black arts?
Lady Shira does. Lord Bloodraven's paramour.
Shira.
She
Shira.
bathes in blood to keep her beauty. And once my sister Ray put a love potion in my drink, so I'd marry her instead of my sister Dela.
Egg spoke as if such incest was the most natural thing in the world. For him, it is. The Targaryens had been marrying brother to sister for hundreds of years, to keep the blood of the dragon pure. Though the last actual dragon had died before Dunk was born, the Dragon Kings went on. Maybe the gods don't mind them marrying their sisters. Did the
I think they
potion
might.
work? Dunk asked.
It would have,
Said Egg.
You're on a fit down
but
there.
I spit it out. I don't want a wife. I want to be a knight of the Kingsguard and live only to serve and defend the king. The Kingsguard are sworn not to wed.
That's a noble thing. But when you're older, you may find you'd sooner have a girl than a white cloak. Dunk was thinking of Tanzel Too Tall, and the way she'd smiled at him at Ashford.
I'm in trees.
Sir Eustace said I was the sort of man he'd hope to have his daughter wed. Her name was Alisane.
She's dead, sir.
I know she's dead, said Dunk, annoyed. If she was alive, he said. If she was, he'd like her to marry me.
Run!
Or someone like me. I
Run!
never had a lord offer me his daughter before.
His dead daughter. And the Ospreys might have been lords in the old days, but Sir Eustace is only a landed knight.
I
Dead
know
daughter.
what he is. Do you want a clout in the ear?
I think he does.
Well,
Said Egg.
I'd sooner have a clout than a wife. Especially a dead wife, sir.
Get
The
wrecked.
kettle's steaming. They carried the water to the tub, and Dunk pulled his tunic over his head. I will wear my Dornish tunic to cold moat. It was sand silk, the finest garment that he owned,
Sorry,
painted
taking
with
a
his
few
elm and
puffs.
falling star.
If you wear it for the ride, it will get all sweaty, sir.
Egg said.
How's my things looking?
Wear the one you
Alright,
wore
good.
today. I'll bring the other, and you can change when you reach the castle.
Before I reach the castle, I'd look a fool changing clothes on the drawbridge. And who said you were coming with me?
A knight is more impressive with a squire in attendance.
That was true. The boy had a good sense of such things. He should. He served 2 years as a page at King's
Distracting me,
Landing.
Poe.
Even so,
Yes, you
Dunk was
are.
reluctant to take him into danger. He had no notion what sort of welcome awaited him at Coldmoat.
Everyone yell at Poe.
If this Red Widow was as dangerous
And a
as they said,
sandwich?
he could end up in a crow cage like those two men
Ah!
they had seen upon the road.
Stop!
You
It's
will
horrible!
stay and help Ennis with the small folk, he told Egg.
Help me!
And don't give me that
Ah.
sullen look.
He's so scary!
He kicked his breeches off and climbed into the tub of steaming water. Go on and get to sleep now and
Ow,
let me
ow,
have my
ow,
bath.
ow, ow. No, back,
You're
back.
not going, and that's
Oh,
the
that's
end
the wrong
of
button.
it.
Oh, God.
Egg was up and gone when Dunk awoke.
Oh, God. I'm
with
dead.
the light of the morning sun in his face. Gods be good.
I think this guy's
How
the
can
last
it be
guy I have
so
to really
hot
do
so
here.
soon? He sat up and stretched, yawning, then climbed to his feet and stumbled sleepily down to the well, where he lit a fat tallow candle, splashed some cold water on his face,
Alright, go
and
to
dressed.
this one.
When he stepped out into the sunlight, Thunder was waiting by the stable, saddled and bridled. Egg was waiting too, with Maester, his mule. The boy had put his boots on. For once, he looked a proper squire,
This
in
isn't
a
the right
handsome
one either.
doublet of green
Yeah, it
and
is.
gold checks and a pair of tight white woolen breeches.
The breeches were torn in the seat, but Sam Stoop's wife sewed them up for me.
He announced. The clothes were Adam's, said Sir Eustace, as he led his own grey gelding from his stall. A checky lion adorned the frayed silk cloak that flowed from the old man's shoulders.
The doublet is a trifle musty from the trunk, but it should serve. A knight is more impressive with a squire in attendance, so I have decided that Egg should accompany you to Coldmoat.
Outwitted by a boy of 10. Dunk looked at Egg and silently mouthed the words, "clout in the ear." The boy grinned.
I have something for you as well, Sir Duncan. Come.
Oh my god.
Sir
Make it
Eustace
stop.
produced a cloak and shook it out with a flourish. It was white wool, bordered with squares of green satin and cloth of gold.
Oh my god, make it
A
stop.
woolen cloak
Make it
was
stop.
the last
Ow.
thing he needed in such heat. But when Sir Eustace draped it about his shoulders, Dunk saw the pride on his face and found himself unable to refuse.
Thank you, my lord. It suits you well.
Oh my god.
Would that I could give you more.
The old man's mustache twitched.
I sent Sam Stoops down into the cellar to search through my son's things. But Edwin and Harold were smaller men.
Oh, I did it!
Thinner in the chest and much shorter in the leg. None of what they had left would fit you, sad to say. The
that's
cloak
so great.
is enough, my lord. I won't shame it. I do not doubt
Rock
that.
grease, thanks.
He gave his horse a pat.
Pretty little flower.
I thought I'd ride with you part of the way,
Little?
if you have no objection. None, my lord.
I think I've finished this place.
Egg led them down the hill, sitting tall on Maester.
Must he wear that floppy straw hat?
Sir Eustace asked Dunk.
He looks a bit foolish, don't you think? Not
Floppy
so
hat.
foolish as when his head is peeling, my lord.
Even at this hour, with the sun barely above the horizon, it was hot. By afternoon, the saddles will be hot enough to raise blisters.
Oh man.
Egg might look elegant in the dead boy's finery,
Ooh.
but he would be a boiled egg by nightfall. Dunk at least could change. He had his good tunic in his saddlebag and his old green one on his back.
We'll take the west way,
Sir Eustace announced.
It is little used these past years, but still the shortest
think
way
we've
from
done it all.
Standfast to Coldmoat
Alright.
Castle.
So where
The path
is
took them
that
around the
bitch?
back of the hill, past the graves where the old knight had laid his wife and sons to rest in a thicket of blackberry bushes.
They loved to pick the berries here, my boys. When they were little, they would come to me with sticky faces and scratches on their arms, and I'd know just where they'd been.
Brewery.
He smiled fondly.
Your egg reminds me of my Adam. A brave boy for one so young.
Ah!
Adam was trying to protect his wounded brother Harold when the battle washed over them. A riverman with 6 acorns on his shield took his arm off with an axe.
His sad grey eyes found Dunk's.
This old master of yours, the Knight of Pennytree.
Can't climb, dog.
Did he fight in the Blackfire Rebellion?
He did, my lord, before he took me on. Dunk had been no more than 3 or 4 at the time, running half naked through the alleys of Flea Bottom, more animal than boy.
Was he for the Red Dragon or the Black?
Red dragon.
Red or black was a dangerous question, even now. Since the days of Aegon the Conqueror, the arms of House Targaryen had borne a 3-headed dragon, red on black. Daemon the Pretender had reversed those colors on his own banners, as many bastards did.
Alright, what do I do now?
Sir Eustace is my liege lord, Dunk reminded himself. He has a right to ask.
He fought beneath Lord Ayford's banner, my lord. Green fretty over gold, a green pale wavy. It might be, my lord. Egg would know.
The lad could recite the arms of half the knights in Westeros.
Lord Hayford was a noted loyalist. King Daeron made him his hand just before the battle. Butterwell had done such a dismal job that many questioned his loyalty. But Lord Hayford had been stalwart from the first.
Sir Arlen was beside him when he fell.
Let's go back.
A lord
this
with
way.
3 castles on his shield cut him down. Many good men fell that day, on both sides.
Let's go check out Bernal.
The grass was not red before the battle. Did your Sir Arlen tell you that? Sir Arlen never liked to speak about the battle. His squire died there too. Roger of Pennytree was his name. Sir Arlen's sister's son. Even saying the name made Dunk feel vaguely guilty. I stole his place. Only princes and great lords had the means to keep 2
Where's Bernal at?
squires.
Is he still in here?
If Aegon the Unworthy had given his sword to his heir Daeron instead of his bastard
On my
Daemon,
banks.
there might never have been a Blackfire rebellion, and Roger of
There
Pennytree
you
might
are.
be alive today. He would be a knight.
That was his
So-
nephew, I think.
You killed Rykar.
I did.
I harbor you no ill will. The strong take. Such is our code. Even he was prepared to meet a wretched end when he first took blasphemy unto his very flesh.
Blasphemy
At any road,
flesh.
The volcano manor is no more, though we may yet fulfill an old promise. We hunted our own kind and took what was theirs, and with everything in hand, the time has come to rise against the Erd Tree.
Oh.
O greater will, hear my voice. I am the recusant Bernal, inheritor of my brother's will, and you will fall to my blade. We refuse to become your pawns. Consider this fair warning.
Goodness.
O greater will,
Okay. Good
hear
job.
m-
We did it. Alright, anyone else here worth talking to? No. Let's go down to... She's like... Why is Alexander here? Poe, are you listening? I don't know how to get to Alexander. Isn't she down here? Or am I crazy?
Someplace. A truer knight than me. I would have ended on the gallows or been sent off to the Night's Watch to walk the wall until I died. A great battle is a terrible thing, the old knight said. But in the midst of blood and carnage, there is sometimes also beauty. Beauty that could break your heart. I will never forget
like
the
I'm
way
missing
the
some
sun
things
looked when
first.
it set upon the red grass field. 10,000 men had died, and the air was thick with moans and
Let's try this real quick.
lamentations.
I want to see something.
But above us the sky turned gold and red and
How do I get to Alexander in Volcano Manor?
orange. So beautiful it made me weep to know that my sons would never see it. He sighed.
She in here.
It was a closer thing than they would have you believe these days. If not for Bloodraven. I'd always heard it was Baelor Breakspear who won the battle, said Dunk. Him and Prince Maker. The hammer and the anvil. The old man's mustache gave a twitch.
Down there, maybe?
The singers leave out much and more. Daemon was the warrior himself that day. No man could stand before him. He broke Lord Aaron's van to pieces and slew the Knight of 9 Stars and Wild Will Wainwood before coming up against Sir Gawain Corbray of the King's Guard. For
On the
near
way
an
up to
hour
it,
they danced
he's in
together
the
on their
lava, where you
horses,
fight the lava. I
wheeling
kept
and
trying to go there. Oh,
circling
hi.
and slashing as men died all around them.
I don't know how I just went two-handed.
It's said that whenever Blackfire and Lady Forlorn
Whoa.
clashed, you could hear the sound for a league
Hello?
around. It was half a song and half a scream, they say. But when at last the
What's her
lady
name back here
faltered,
still?
Blackfire clove through Sir Gawain's helm and left him blind and bleeding. Daemon dismounted to see that his fallen foe was not trampled,
and commanded Red Tusk to carry him back to the maesters in the rear. And there was his mortal error, for the raven's teeth had gained the top of Weeping Ridge, and Blood Raven saw his half-brother's royal standard 300 yards away, and
That's famous last words.
Alright. Zoom out. Alright, so wow, way too far. Zoom out. Alright, I need you to tell yeah, I think he's in the lava rider. Is that him? Right
Yeah.
There? Yeah, so you teleport here.
Here?
And then you run up to him.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
We gotta go check out our buddy. Though I don't think sleeping is going to be able to do me any good. The sleeping stuff is not gonna be great. So let's do... I don't think fire will do any good either, but it looks cool, so let's do that. Alright, G. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Up? Do I go up? I guess so. Alright.
Daemon and his sons beneath it. He slew Aegon first, the elder of the twins, for he knew that Daemon would never leave the boy while warmth lingered in his body, though white shafts fell like rain. Nor did he, though 7 arrows pierced him, driven as much by sorcery as by Blood Raven's bow. Young Aemon took up black fire when the blade slipped from his dying father's fingers, so Blood Raven slew him too, the younger of the twins. Thus perished the Black Dragon and his sons. There was much and more afterward, I know. I saw a bit of it myself. The rebels running, Bittersteel turning the rout and leading his mad charge. His battle with Blood Raven, second only to the one Daemon fought with Gwaine Corbray. Prince Baelor's hammer blow against the rebel rear. The Dornishmen all screaming as they filled the air with spears. But at the end of the day, it made no matter.
Above the lofty clouds, the icy giant's peak doth soar. Here lieth the flame of ruin, which ever burning roars. Perhaps I'll head eastward. There's an old saying I've caught wind of. Above the lofty clouds, the icy giant's peak doth soar.
Is that all?
Here lieth the flame of ruin, which ever burning roars.
I see. Alright, cool. I guess I already beat this. I genuinely don't think there's anything... Ow! That I haven't seen here. Let's take a gander. Gotten all these runes. Good sign. Ow. Guys, come on now. I'm just trying to exist. Oh, stuff. Ooh, rolling magma. Alright. String? Yeah. I can take all of you, okay? Not afraid of no demi-humans. You crazy? Anything else I need here? Ooh. Mushroom. Oh. Some mothy moths. Alright. I stand on the rocks myself. Nah.
The war was done when Daemon died.
Keep
so
roaming.
Close a thing. If Daemon had ridden over Gawain Corbray and left him to his fate, he might have broken Makar's left before Bloodraven could take the ridge.
Ah!
The bay would have belonged to
Run!
the Black Dragon then.
Run!
With the hands
Run!
slain and the road to King's Landing open before
Oh my
them.
stars, help me.
Daemon might have been
Scared.
sitting on the Iron Throne
Scared.
by the time Prince
you come back
Baelor
up
came
here?
up with his Storm Lords and his Dornishmen.
Oh my
The
God, he can't come
singers
back
can
up
go
here.
on about their hammer and their anvil, sir. But it was the Kinslayer who
Oh my
turned
God!
the tide
Help!
with a white arrow
Help!
and a black
Help!
spell.
Help!
He rules us now as well. Make no mistake.
I have no idea how I'm gonna get my
Aerys is
points.
his creature. It would not surprise me to learn that Bloodraven had ensorcelled his grace to bend him to his will. Small
So we already got Bloodraven bending kings to his will.
wonder we are cursed.
My God, help
Sir
me.
Eustace shook his head and
Where
lapsed
am I?
into a
This
brooding
way?
silence.
the
Dunk
fuck
wondered
am I
how
supposed
much
to do
Egg
with
had
this?
overheard, but there was no way to ask him. How many eyes does Lord Bloodraven have? He thought.
1,000 eyes in one, baby.
Already the day was growing hotter. Even the flies have fled, Dunk noted. Flies have better sense than knights. They stay out of the sun. He wondered whether
I'm
he
very
and Egg
busy.
would be offered hospitality at Cold
Gotta go this
Moat.
way. I
A
got a
tankard
bear.
of cool brown
to take
ale
care
would
of.
go down well. Dunk was considering that prospect with pleasure when he remembered what Egg had said about the Red Widow poisoning her husbands. His thirst fled at once. There were worse things than dry throats.
I suppose.
There was a time when House Osgrey held all the lands for many leagues around, from Nunny in the east to Cobble Cove,
Sir Eustace said.
Coldmoat was ours, and the Horseshoe Hills, the caves at Daring Downs, the villages of Dosk and Little Dosk and Brandybottom, both sides of Leafy Lake.
Oh.
Osgrey maids wed
Killer
Florence,
huh?
Swans, and Tarbecks, even High Towers and Blackwoods.
The edge of Watt's Wood had come in sight. Dunk shielded his eyes with one hand and squinted at the greenery. For once, he envied Egg his floppy hat. At least we'll have some shade.
Watt's Wood
So
once
dead.
extended all the way to Coldmoat,
Sir Eustace said.
I'm so
I
dead.
do not recall
Oh,
who
there was a-
Watt was.
What was?
Before the conquest, you could find aurochs in his wood, though, and great elks of 20 hands and more.
Where is it?
There were more red deer than any man could take in
Where
a
is my
lifetime.
coins?
For
There it is.
none but the king and the Checky lion were allowed to hunt here. Even in my father's day, there were trees on both sides of the stream.
Just keep running.
But the spiders cleared the woods away to make pasture for their cows and sheep and horses.
Keep running.
A thin finger of sweat crept down Dunk's chest. He found himself wishing devoutly that his liege lord would keep quiet. It is too hot for talk. It is too hot for riding. It is too bloody hot.
I feel you, Dunk.
In the woods, they
I don't
came
like
upon
heat
the
either.
carcass of a great brown tree cat, crawling with maggots. Ew, Egg said as he walked maester-wide around it. That stinks worse than Sir Bennis. Sir Eustace reined up.
Pretty sure I've been through here.
A tree cat?
We'll do a quick
I
run.
had not known there were any left in this wood. I wonder what killed him.
When no one answered, he said,
I will turn back here.
Village.
Just
Ow!
continue on the west
Holy
way and it will take
shit.
you straight to Coldmoat. You have
Scared.
the coin?
Dunk nodded.
Good. Come home
Run.
with my water, sir.
Oh.
The old knight trotted
Like you
off,
do.
back the way they'd come. When he was gone, Egg said,
I thought you should speak to Lady Weber, sir. You should win her to your side with gallant compliments.
The boy looked as cool and crisp in his checky tunic as Sir Eustace had in his
Did I already do
cloak.
this?
Am I the only one who
think so.
sweats? Gallant compliments. Dunk echoed. What sort of gallant compliments? You know, sir. Tell her how fair and beautiful she is. Dunk had doubts. She's outlived 4 husbands. She must be as old as Lady Faith. If I say she's fair and beautiful when she's old and warty, she will take me for a liar. You just need to find something true to say about her. That's what my brother Daron does. Even ugly old whores can have nice hair or well-shaped ears, he says. Well-shaped ears? Dunk's doubts were growing.
I guess I'll go down.
Nor pretty eyes. Tell her that her gown brings out the color of her eyes. The lad reflected for a moment. Unless she only has the one eye, like Lord Bloodraven. My lady, that gown brings out the color of your eye. Dunk had heard knights and lordlings mouth such gallantries at other ladies. They never put it quite so baldly, though. Good lady, that gown is beautiful. It brings out the color of both your lovely eyes. Some of the ladies had been old and scrawny, or fat and florid, or pock-scarred and homely, but all wore gowns and had 2 eyes, and as Dunk recalled, they'd been well pleased by the flowery words. What a lovely gown, my lady. It brings out the lovely beauty of your beautiful colored eyes. A hedge knight's life is simpler, Dunk said glumly. If I say the wrong thing, she's like to sew me in a sack of rocks and throw me in her moat. I doubt she'll have that big a sack, sir, said Egg. We could use my boot instead. No,
should we call it a half?
Dunk growled.
Next, like,
we
part?
couldn't. When they emerged from Watt's Wood, they found themselves well upstream of the dam. The waters had risen high enough for Dunk to take that soak he dreamed of. Deep enough to drown a man, he thought. On the far side, the bank had been cut through and a ditch dug to divert some of the flow westward. The ditch ran along the road, feeding a myriad of smaller channels that snaked off through the fields.
Oh, I haven't done this yet.
Once we cross the stream, we are in the Widow's power. Dunk wondered what he was riding into. He was only one man, with a boy of 10 to guard his back. Egg fanned his face.
I hate this already. No, I'm not doing this right now.
Why are we stopped? We're not.
Got too many coins.
Dunk gave his mount his heels and splashed down into the stream. Egg followed on the mule.
Down.
The water rose as high as Thunder's belly before it began to fall again. They emerged dripping on the Widow's side.
And we'll do it next
Ahead, the ditch ran straight as a spear, shining green and golden in the sun. When they spied the towers of Coldmoat several hours later, Dunk stopped to change to his good Dornish tunic and loosen his longsword in its scabbard. He did not want the blade sticking should he need to pull it free. Egg gave his dagger's hilt a shake as well, his face solemn beneath his floppy hat. They rode on side by side, Dunk on the big destrier, the boy upon his mule, the Osgray banner flapping listlessly from its staff.
What wolves?
Coldmoat came as somewhat of a disappointment, after all that Sir Eustace had said of it. Compared to Storm's End or Highgarden and other lordly seats that Dunk had seen, it was a modest castle. But it was a castle, not a fortified watchtower. Its crenellated outer walls stood 30 feet high, with towers at each corner, each one half again the size of Standfast. From every turret and spire, the black banners of Weber hung heavy, each emblazoned with a spotted spider upon a silvery web.
Bull 30?
Sir?
I'm probably almost done,
Egg
and then
said,
Bull 30.
The water. Look where it goes. The ditch ended under Coldmoat's eastern walls, spilling down into the moat from which the castle took its name. The gurgle of the falling water made Dunk grind his teeth. She will not have my checky water. Come, he said to Egg. Over the arch of the main gate, a row of spider banners drooped in the still air, above the older sigil carved deep into the stone. Centuries of wind and weather had worn it down, but the shape of it was still distinct.
Oh my god, get off.
A rampant lion made of checkered
Ah!
squares. The gates beneath were open. As they clattered across the drawbridge, Dunk made note of how low the moat had fallen.
Alright, what else is that?
6 feet at least, he judged. 2 spearmen barred their way at the portcullis. One had a big black beard and one did not. The beard demanded to know their purpose here. My Lord of Osgray sent me to treat with Lady Weber, Dunk told them. I am called Sir Duncan the Tall. Well, I knew you wasn't Bennis,
Why is he southern?
said the beardless guard. We would have smelled him coming.
Why is he so
He had a
southern?
missing tooth and a spotted spider badge sewn above his heart. The beard was squinting suspiciously at Dunk.
No one sees her ladyship unless the long inch gives his leave. You come with me. Your stable boy can
It's
stay
already
with the
starting.
horses.
I'm a squire, not a stable boy, Egg insisted.
Can't just
Are you
jump
blind or
away.
only stupid? The beardless guard broke into laughter. The beard put the point of his spear to the boy's throat.
Say that again.
Dunk gave Egg a clout in the ear. No.
Fuck
Shut
you,
your
Lingo.
mouth and tend the horses.
Yeah, shut your
He
mouth and
dismounted.
tend the horses.
I'll see Sir Lucas now. The beard lowered his spear.
He's in the yard.
They passed beneath the spiked
But
iron
Jake- well, I'm
portcullis and
sorry.
under a murder hole before
Come to me,
emerging
then.
in the outer
You're
ward.
not doing anything.
Hounds were barking in the kennels, and Dunk could hear singing coming from the leaded glass windows of a 7-sided wooden sept. In front of the smithy, a blacksmith was shoeing a warhorse, with a prentice boy assisting.
What is
Nearby,
all
a
this
squire was loosing shafts at the archery
Where am
butts, while a freckled girl with a long braid
What's
matched
up?
him shot for shot. The quintain was spinning too, as half a dozen knights in quilted padding took their turns knocking it around.
Well, I already grabbed whatever this was.
They found Sir Lucas Longinch among the watchers at the quintain, speaking with a great fat septon who was sweating worse than Dunk, a round white pudding of a man in robes as damp as if he'd worn them in his bath. Inchfield was a lance beside him, stiff and straight and very tall, though not so tall as Dunk. 6 feet and 7 inches, Dunk judged, and each inch prouder than the last. Though he wore black silk and cloth of silver, Sir Lucas looked as cool as if he were walking on the wall.
My lord,
the guard
Oh,
hailed
come to
him.
me.
this one comes from the chicken tower for an audience with her ladyship.
Oh!
The septon turned first, with a hoot of delight that made Dunk wonder if he were drunk.
And what's this? A hedge knight? You have large hedges in the reach.
The septon made a sign of blessing.
May the warrior fight ever at your side. I am Septon Sefton. An unfortunate
What a
name, but mine own. And you?
Sir Duncan the Tall.
A modest fellow, this one.
The septon said to Sir Lucas.
Okay,
Were
this is
I
a big
as large
scary
as
place.
him,
Am I
I'd call
repeating?
myself Sir Sefton the Immense, Sir Sefton the Tower, Sir Sefton with the clouds about his ears.
His moon face was flushed, and there were wine stains on his robe. Sir Lucas studied Dunk. He was an older man, 40 at the least, perhaps as old
see if
as
we already
50,
killed this.
sinewy rather than muscular, with a remarkably ugly face.
Remarkably ugly.
His lips were thick, his teeth a yellow tangle, his nose broad and fleshy, his eyes protruding. And he is angry, Dunk sensed,
he's
even
angry.
before the man said,
Ah!
Hedge knights are beggars with blades at best, outlaws at worst. Be gone with you. We want none of your sort here.
Oh.
Dunk's face darkened. Sir Eustace Osgray sent me from Standfast to treat with the lady of the castle.
Osgray?
Beating everyone up.
The
right
septon glanced at Longinch.
Osgray of the Checky Lion? I thought House Osgray was extinguished.
Oh.
Near enough as makes no matter. The old man is the last of them. We let them keep a crumbling
I'm
tower
sorry,
house
bro.
a few leagues
Still
east.
could have came to me.
Sir Lucas frowned at Dunk.
Or waited.
If Sir Eustace wants to talk with her ladyship, let him come himself.
His eyes narrowed.
You were the one with Bennis at the dam. Don't trouble to deny it. I ought to hang you. 7 save us.
The Septon dabbed sweat from his brow with his sleeve.
A brigand is he, and a big one. Sir, repent your evil ways, and the mother will have mercy.
The Septon's pious plea was undercut when he farted.
Oh dear, forgive my whim, sir. That's what comes of beans and barley bread.
I am not a brigand, Dunk told the two of them, with all the dignity that he could muster. The Long-Inch was unmoved by his denial.
Oh my god.
Do not presume upon my patience, sir.
Jesus.
If you are a sir, run back to your chicken tower and tell Sir Eustace to give up Sir Bennis Brown's stench. If he spares us the trouble of winkling him out of Standfast, her ladyship might be more inclined to clemency.
I will speak with her ladyship about Sir Bennis and the trouble at the dam, and about the stealing of our water, too.
Yeah.
Stealing?
Said Sir Lucas.
Say that to our lady, and you'll be swimming in a sack before the sun is set. Are you quite certain that you wish to see her?
The only thing that Dunk was certain of was that he wanted to drive his fist through Lucas Inchfield's crooked yellow teeth. I've told you what I want.
Oh, let him speak with her,
the Septon urged.
What harm could it do? Sir Duncan has had a long ride beneath this beastly sun.
Oh god.
Let the fellow have his say.
Sir Lucas studied Dunk again.
Oh my stuff.
Septon is a godly man.
I don't want to deal with you guys. I honestly don't want to deal with you guys.
I will thank you to be brief.
He strode across the yard, and Dunk was forced to hurry
you guys
after
got things
him.
I need? I genuinely don't know.
The doors of the castle sept had opened, and worshippers were streaming down the steps.
You guys got a
There were
bridge
knights and squires, a dozen children, several old men, 3 septas in white robes and hoods, and one soft, fleshy lady of high birth, garbed in a gown of dark blue damask trimmed with Moorish lace, so long its hems were trailing in the dirt. Dunk judged her to be 40. Beneath a spun silver net, her auburn hair was piled high, but the reddest thing about her was her face.
My lady,
Sir Lucas said, when they stood before her in her septas.
This hedge knight claims to bring a message from Sir Eustace Osgrey. Will you hear it?
If you wish it, Sir Lucas.
What is that voice?
She peered at Dunk so hard that he could not help but recall Egg's talk of sorcery. I don't think this one bathes in blood to keep her beauty. The widow was stout and square, with an oddly pointed head that her hair could not quite conceal. Her nose was too big and her mouth too small. She did have 2 eyes, he was relieved to see, but all thought of gallantry had abandoned Dunk by then.
Right.
Sir Eustace bid me talk with you concerning the recent trouble at your dam. She blinked. The dam, you say? A crowd was gathering about them. Dunk could feel unfriendly eyes upon him. The stream, he said. The Checky water. Your ladyship built a dam across it.
Maybe we'll just go
I'm
over
quite
to...
sure I haven't, she replied.
Over here.
Why, I have been at my devotions all morning, sir.
What's happening?
Dunk heard Sir Lucas chuckle.
Hello?
I did not mean to say that your ladyship built the dam herself, only that... without that water, all our crops will die. The small folk have beans and barley in the fields, and melons. Truly, I am very fond of melons. Her small mouth made a happy bow. What sort of melons are they? Dunk glanced uneasily at the ring of faces, and felt his own face growing hot.
No.
Something is amiss here. Longinch is playing me for a fool. Milady, could we continue our discussion in some more private place? A silver says the great oaf means to bed her. Someone japed,
Oh my.
and a roar of laughter went up all around him. The lady cringed away, half in terror, and raised both hands to shield her face. One of the septas moved quickly to her side and put a protective arm around her shoulders.
Of course. 1,500.
And what is all this merriment? The voice cut through the laughter, cool and firm. Will no one share the jape?
30.
Sir Knight,
37.
why are you troubling my good sister?
We'll use them all.
It was the girl he had seen earlier at the archery butts. She had a quiver of arrows on one hip and held
see
a
if it does
longbow
it.
that was just as tall as she was.
See if we can level up.
Which wasn't very tall. If Dunk was shy an inch of 7 feet, the archer was shy an inch of 5. He could have spanned her waist with his 2 hands. Her red hair was bound up in a braid so long it brushed past her thighs.
Oops.
And she had a dimpled chin, a snub nose, and a light spray of freckles across her cheeks. Forgive us, Lady Rohan. The speaker was a pretty young lord with the Caswell centaur embroidered on his doublet. This great oaf took the Lady Hellicent for you. Dunk looked from one lady to the other. You are the Red Widow? He heard himself blurt out. But you're too young. The girl tossed her longbow to the lanky lad he'd seen her shooting with. I am 25, as it happens. Or was it small you meant to say? Pretty. It was pretty. Dunk did not know where that came from, but he was glad it came. He liked her nose, and the strawberry blonde color of her hair, and the small but well-shaped breasts beneath her leather
Stop
jerkin.
it, Dunk.
I thought that you'd be... I mean... They said you were 4 times a widow, so... My first husband died when I was 10. He was 12. My father's squire, ridden down upon the red grass field. My husbands seldom linger long, I fear. The last died in the spring. That was what they always said of those who had perished during the great spring sickness 2
Now I don't
years
remember what I mean,
past.
though.
He
Always
died
fake,
in
though.
the spring. Many tens of thousands had died in the spring. Amongst them a wise old king and 2 young princes full of promise. I'm sorry for all your losses, milady. A gallantry, you lunk. Give her a gallantry. I want to say, your gown. Gown? She glanced down at her boots and breeches, loose linen tunic, and
After the
leather
end of the
jerkin.
Rowan... Oh, shit. Okay, good. After the end of the Rowan meeting, I think we'll call it a day.
I wear no gown. Your hair, I meant. It's soft and... And how would you know that, sir? If you had ever touched my hair, I should think that I might remember. Not soft, Dunk said miserably. Red, I meant to say. Your hair is very red.
Nailed it.
Very red, sir? Oh, not as red as your face, I hope. She laughed, and the onlookers
Oh, we could
laughed
go be
with her.
sad. Do we
All
want to be
but Sir
sad?
Lucas Longinch. My lady, he broke in. This man is one of Standfast's sellswords.
Let's go be
He
sad.
was with Bennis of the Brown Shield when he attacked your diggers at the dam and
Where's
carved
my
up
fucking
Wolmer's
guy, though? 1
face.
minute.
Old Osgray sent him to treat with you. He did, milady. I am called Sir Duncan
still
the
alive?
Tall. Sir
Oh, you're still
Duncan the
alive.
Dim,
Yay.
more like, said a bearded knight who wore the 3-fold thunderbolt of Laygood. More guffaw.
Oh, hello again, cuz. Have you heard? A new potentate's come to the village.
Oh, it's
I
happening.
think he said his name was Dialos.
Yeah, I've heard
he
of
seems a
Diallos.
little down in the dumps, but his hands, as smooth as silk. I don't know. I'm a little disappointed, actually.
Oh, what's happening?
Even though good Sir Diallos has a wonderful suit of armor, he says he isn't a warrior. And since he's a coward,
I killed his
he
brother,
won't be
you know.
fighting anymore. His smooth and silky hands feel nice when he pats us. But I wish we had a potentate big and strong like you.
Aw, I'll be your potentate anytime.
Diallos' smooth and silky hands feel nice when he pats us. But I wish we had a potentate big and strong like you.
I'll be the potentate king. Diallos, are you here yet? Where do I find you? Hello.
Well, aren't you full of beans? No wonder you're covered in muck.
Look at you. What a guy.
Oh, my friend, it's been far too long.
Yeah.
I have to say you caught me at a rather low point. But as you see, I've put all that behind me. Left the volcano manor, forging my own path now, making my own choices. Even
Good
if
for
all
you,
like
buddy.
me can look after some simple jars. Do you pity me?
Nah.
Well, don't. I feel like for the first time in my life, I'm on the straight and narrow.
Well, that's good.
A fool I may be, but I can look after some simple jars.
Yeah.
Do you pity me? Well, don't. I feel like for the first time in my life, I'm on the straight and narrow.
Good for you, buddy. That's nice. We'll try to talk to Jar Baron one more time. And then we might just log out here while it's still nice and pretty. Do you think wait, what, do you think I'll log back in and it'll be evil, though?
Diallos' smooth and silky hands feel nice when he pats us. But I wish we had a potentate big and strong like you.
I don't want to, like, log in sad, actually. So we'll play and go somewhere else.
Sounded. Even Lady Hellicent had recovered herself enough to give a chuckle. Did the courtesy of Coldmoat die with my lord father? The girl asked. No, not a girl. A woman grown. How did Sir Duncan come to make such an error, I wonder? Dunk gave Inchfield an evil look.
The fault was mine.
Was it? The Red Widow looked Dunk over from his heels up to his head, though her gaze lingered longest on his chest.
Trying to remember how to do this. Okay.
A tree and shooting star.
We'll go back to the other place.
I've never seen those arms before. She touched his tunic, tracing the limb of his elm tree with 2 fingers. And painted, not sewn. The Dornish paint their silks, I've heard. But you look too big to be a Dornishman.
Not all Dornishmen are small, milady.
Dunk could feel her fingers through the silk. Her hand was freckled, too. I'll bet she's freckled all over.
Oh, golly.
His mouth was oddly dry.
I spent a year in Dorne.
Do all the oaks grow so tall there? She said, as her fingers traced a tree limb round his heart.
It's meant to be an elm, milady.
It's meant to be
I
an
shall
elm.
remember. She drew her hand back, solemn. The ward is too hot and dusty for a conversation. Septon, show Sir Duncan to my audience chamber.
It would be my great pleasure, good sister.
Our guest will have a thirst. You may send for a flagon of wine as well.
Must I?
The fat man beamed.
Well, if it please you.
I will join you as soon as I have changed. Unhooking her belt and quiver, she handed them to her companion. I'll want Maester Carrick as well. Sir Lucas, go ask him to attend me.
I will bring him at once, my lady,
said Lucas Longinch. The look she gave her Castellan was cool. No need. I know you have many duties to perform about the castle. It will suffice if you send Maester Carrick to my chambers.
Milady,
Dunk called after her.
My squire was made to wait by the gates.
Might he join us as well?
Your squire? When she smiled, she looked a girl of 5 and 10, not a woman 5 and 20. A pretty girl full of mischief and laughter. If it please you, certainly.
She thinks I'm some great lout with peas porridge between his ears.
As it happens, my good sister likes peas porridge,
said Septon Sefton, as he reappeared with a flagon of wine, a flagon of water, and 3 cups.
Yes, yes, I heard. I'm fat, not deaf.
He filled 2 cups with wine and 1 with water. The third he gave to Egg, who gave it a long, dubious look and put it aside. The Septon took no notice.
This is an arbor vintage,
he was telling Dunk.
Very fine. And the poison gives it a special piquancy.
He winked at Egg.
I seldom touch the grape myself, but I have heard.
He handed Dunk a cup. The wine was lush and sweet, but Dunk sipped it gingerly, and only after the Septon had quaffed down half of his in 3 big lip-smacking gulps.
Oh my.
Egg crossed his arms and continued to ignore his water.
She does like peas porridge,
the Septon said.
And you as well, sir. I know my own good sister. When I first saw you in the yard, I half hoped you were some suitor, come from King's Landing to seek my lady's hand.
Dunk furrowed his brow.
We're gonna call it here, I think. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. It's not my most popular stream, but I like to do it. We'll be doing it again next Monday. We'll finish this, this audiobook, I think. And then we'll keep doing it on Mondays. I'm also going to be doing retro reviews probably tomorrow with the RuneScape. That might be a membership only thing. And then depending on how well it does or how I'm feeling, we might move on to a update one, right? Like, I'm just trying to do some like other smaller stuff. Everyone says I'm very stagnant on points, but I think that it's just that like I do other things than drama. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. Stay out of trouble. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, and if you do, well, make sure to give them a, I was gonna say a gratuity, but that's not right. That's not right at all. What was a gallantry? Make sure to give them a gallantry, okay? I don't have very many people here, but let's go ahead and take a look at doing a wee, we'll do things. I'll change the name after. I forgot about that part, but that's fine. There's this. Let's see who we can redirect to. Thank you guys all for being here. I appreciate you guys. You know, I like to just hang out. Have a good time with the peeps. American Psycho is on Saturday. Last I knew, anyway. Rabbit Old Bat is live. Thank you. Yeah, no, I get ya. Yeah, all you would have saw is me losing anyway, so, I mean, I'm sure it's funnier to just hear me screaming for no reason. Alright? So I'm gonna send you guys to Rabbit Old Bat. Let's see. Anything else of interest that I need to let you guys know? I don't think so. I think that pretty much covers it. The RuneScape and retro stuff is gonna be a pop-up membership show. The update ones where we're doing more up-to-date things are kind of as they come, and then we're gonna do our book club Saturday and then this Monday, and then we might do the Saturday kick stream something else, but I haven't figured it out. So stay out of trouble. Let me know if you guys think of anything. All right, I am always open to suggestions. Where can I find a song to play though? Do 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 do. Great stream, Val. I had a headache, and you were a great company while relaxing. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad we could relax together. I know I relaxed. I still can't figure out where I put my Suno, though. Oh, here it is. We'll just play a different version of the same song. Alright, guys. Bye!
Small folk and listen to me. From the shores of the Reach to the narrow green sea, leave your coin on the table, your hand on your rail, and I'll sing you a song of a night on the trail. He came from the gutters of flea bottom's mud, no high-born sigil, no conqueror's blood, but a man made of honor, of muscle and bone, the truest true knight that the realm's ever known. So drink to the giant, drink deep and drink long, raise up your voices and join in the song, with a shield of an elm tree, a star falling bright. Here's to Sir Duncan, the truest true knight. He stood 7 feet from his head to his heel, a mountain of mercy, a fortress of steel. They called him the Tall, and he wore the name well, with a heart just as big, so the travelers tell. He sought out no glory, he sought out no gold, just a road to be walked and a vow to uphold. With Egg as his squire, a lad short and bold, they wandered the kingdom in summers of old. So drink to the giant, drink deep and drink long, raise up your voices and join in the song, with a shield of an elm tree, a star falling bright. Here's to Sir Duncan, the truest true knight. At the tourney of Ashford, when princes went mad, he stood for the weak against all that was bad. He struck down the cruel, though the cost it was high, and a good dragon prince had to wither and die. Through the sands of the south and the northernmost chill, if a lord did a wrong, Duncan settled the bill. A clip on the ear for a squire too smart, and a shield for the helpless was DUNKS' noble art. From a hedge in the woods to the King's Guard's proud crest, he wore the white cloak as the best of the best, Lord Commander of brothers, the shield of the crown. But he never forgot the poor folks of the town. Though the tragedy burned where the dragons once flew, his name lives in honor forever and true. So drink to the giant, drink deep and drink long, raise up your voices and join in the song, with a shield of an elm tree, a star falling bright. Here's to Sir Duncan, the truest true knight. So pound on the benches